Hello. Thank you for listening. This is the near death experience of Domz, DOMZ. The experience occurred in 1994 and was documented on September 14th of 2017, open quote. My father had died of a heart attack in 1988, and my mom started drinking heavily. My sister and I were raised with our parents. I was age 7 when my dad died, and his was the first spirit I saw at age 7. After seeing my dad's spirit, I started seeing another spirit. He was scary for me to look at because he looked like a skeleton pirate. He would always show up when I was afraid. I was not raised on religion. My grandfather was a minister of Ringatu, a branch of Christianity, and one of two main Maori religions in New Zealand. The other branch was Ratana. The sermons were always done in Te Reo Maori, and I am not a speaker of my native tongue, sadly. So whatever my koro was preaching was lost on me because I didn't understand the language. My mom met my stepdad in 1990, and we moved to Cambridge in December 1991. I had no friends, cousins, family, or pets. It was just me. My sister stayed behind until mid 1992, and then she moved back with us. I went from a 52 blood related students in our school to 500 plus non related students in school. I had never experienced different cultures, except I did see them on TV. I didn't come from money or stature, just common folk who farm for a living. I was raised on a farm in the middle of the biggest forest in New Zealand, where our food was fresh for my family. At age 13, I started smoking weed. I was smoking the butts of 2 joints with my sisters and their friends. It was like the second time I had smoked a joint in my life, and I was trying to be older and impress. We were all sitting in the lounge and were stoned. I decided that I was going to make some toast. I was standing at the oven. My sisters came in asking me who I was talking to, and I said, I'm not talking at all. They laughed and assured me I was talking. That's when everything went black. I came to and saw my sisters and 2 friends dragging me to the bathroom and over the bathtub. They were pouring water onto my head. I could hear them saying that I hadn't eaten anything, and my sisters was mad at me, demanding that I wake up. I slurred and watched them put me onto my bed. I was rolling from side to side. It is then that I realized that I am up above everyone watching from the ceiling. Then I was pulled upwards. I saw my house, then my street, then my city, then New Zealand, then the world. Next, I saw stars in a black tunnel, but the stars are white lines like I was in hyperdrive in space movies. I was going really, really fast, and the noise is so loud, sounding like a whoosh or a train. I stopped and was floating in space. I see star clusters and space clouds. The colors are so wonderfully bright. I am on what feels like an escalator. I am aware of a huge being beside me, and I am holding his left little fingertip with my hand. He is so bright and wearing a white robe, I can only see the cuff of his sleeve. We come to a glass room, and I can still see the view of space when I close my eyes now. I am dressed in white and on my knees with a huge screen in front of me. There are little screens showing me moving pictures, but not of my life. I know this isn't my life review. I know that I am not in heaven. The being of light is behind me with his hands on my shoulders as I watch all the destruction and rage of humanity while they destroy each other and the world over and over again. I saw so much hatred and bad scenes that it stuck with me after this. I looked to both my left and right, and there are thousands and thousands, if not millions of us, watching our screens with our being of light behind us. I stood up and I faced my being of light. He is so magnificently greater than me. He told me that it's time for me to remember because I have a job to do. I promised him that I won't do it again. He pushed me from the room and I started falling toward the darkness of space. I went through the tunnel again. I saw the world, then New Zealand, then my city, then my street, then my roof. Then I saw myself on my bed. I was still rolling side to side, repeating, I won't do it again, both in my head and from my mouth. Then I slammed into my body and sat straight, remembering everything that I've just told you here. I didn't tell anyone about this for years. When I did mention it to my sisters in 1999/2000, they told me something that freaks me out to this day. They both told me that during my blackout, I came out of the bedroom, walked around the kitchen. They told me that I was touching everything and touching their faces, saying, I'm dead. I'm not even here. I'm up there. While I was point upwards, I kept touching my sisters' faces, crying, laughing, getting mad, crying, laughing, angry, all at the same time, repeating the same words over and over. When I came back, I was changed. I lost interest in life and started sleeping a lot. I started reading self-help books and self-realization books. I found that I could tell when people were sick, lying, or dying. I could feel things that I couldn't see. My mind would explode into the world, and my passion for research, truth, paranormal, and supernatural gifts was born. End quote. Wow, Domz. I couldn't imagine my sisters telling me that about the experience that you never knew, but you always knew that something had gone on and just think that's what was going on while you were up there. That's amazing. Let me see, there's some questions about here. Question, did you feel separated from your body? Answer, yes, total destruction of the world because of so much hatred and lack of light. I saw all the wars, famines, and pestilence. I saw all the murders and rapes of all animals, not just humans. I think I saw a version of Earth that could come to be, or we could try to make it better. I saw the things I saw have come to be. Some things not at all. I clearly left my body. Question, did time seem to speed up or slow down? Answer, time was absent. It had no meaning or form. Everything just was. Comparing your vision, everything was clearer and had more vibrance, like the colors of space were so brilliant. My vision was extremely clear and untainted by being in my human body for as long as I had been. Question, comparing your hearing. The only thing I remember here with my ears was the roaring and whooshing sound in the tunnel. Everything after that isn't heard by ears, but by the mind. Question, did you pass into or through a tunnel? Answer, yes. A black, always moving tunnel, like the inside of a tornado, I would say. It was moving fluidly, but in different directions. The noise is so loud, but I felt nothing. Question, did scenes from the future come to you? Answer, destruction of a world. I say a world because I am not sure if it was a past world I was seeing, or this world, or another world, or in another time frame and part of the multiverse. So much destruction. Question, what importance did you place on your religious/spiritual life prior to your experience? Answer, not important to me. Question, what was your religion prior to your experience? Answer, unaffiliated, nothing in particular. Question, have your religious practices changed since your experience? Answer, yes. Religion was never an interest for me. I have always been open-minded and free-thinking. I believe in God and all that He has created. I am humbled by the sheer brilliance of God's love for each and every one of us. My religion is love. My spiritual beliefs stem from love. Question, what importance do you place on your religious/spiritual life after your experience? Answer, greatly important to me. Question, what is your religion now? Answer, unaffiliated, nothing in particular. I am bound to no specific religion. I am a believer in God. Question, did you have a change in your values and beliefs because of your experience? Answer, yes. My beliefs were born of this journey. Question, did you seem to encounter a mystical being or presence or hear an unidentifiable voice? Answer, I was attended by a being who was giant-sized next to me and dressed in a white robe. He was the only thing with light in and of him. He only spoke after I witnessed the screens. He spoke to my mind. Question, during your experience, did you gain information about the existence of God? Answer, yes. I was in a healing room with thousands of others in space. I wasn't alone. Something brought us to the healing room to remember our duties. Question, during your experience, did you gain special knowledge or information about your purpose? Answer, yes. I had a job to do. I had to help heal the world. I was told I needed to remember. Question, do you believe in an afterlife after your experience? Answer, an afterlife definitely exists. Yes, the fact that I was in a healing room was enough to let me know that we do go somewhere when our duties are done here on earth. Where I am ultimately going to is unknown to me still. Question, what life changes occurred in your life after your experience? Answer, large changes. I became claircognizant. I can feel others' feelings. I can read people in person or by photograph. I am psychic. I can see colors around people and things. I have a direction and a responsibility to Earth and its inhabitants. Question, have your relationships changed specifically because of your experience? Answer, yes. I draw genuine people to me. I can also take bad or dark or low vibrating energies into myself. I am still learning how to transmute that energy in myself. I know fake people. I can feel it. I don't have friends. I am a loner. I have 7 kids. I am married. Question, how accurately do you remember the experience in comparison to other life events that occurred around the same time? Answer, I remember it more accurately. It is the most life-changing experience outside of myself that I have ever been through to date. Question, do you have any psychic, non-ordinary, or other special gifts after your experience that you did not have before the experience? Answer, yes. Claircognizant, psychic abilities, empath, slider. My mind has never closed since that day. Question, are there one or several parts of your experience that are especially meaningful or significant to you? Answer, knowing that I am recognized by a greater power is more than enough for me. I am loved and appreciated for my past, present, and future responsibilities, and I didn't even know it. Question, have you ever shared this experience with others? Answer, yes. I told my sisters 7 years later, and they confirmed my experience by telling me what they saw me doing. They immediately believed me and always have supported me through my journey to self. I was always a sister going through trials and tribulations that the world wasn't ready for. I always felt alone in my experiences. They didn't start listening to me until their gifts came through after we all had kids. Question, what did you believe about the reality of your experience shortly after it happened? Answer, it was real. I remember the sounds and the sights. The clarity of detail is still with me to this day, 24 years later. It helped me to find my place in this world and hopefully next. End quote. End questions. Wow. That was a good story. I thank you, Domz, for telling that story, and I thank you guys for listening. I hope you have a great day.